We're back for the Longines FEI World Cup Jumping North American East Coast League, the first leg of 7 presented here at the Parc Équestre Olympique of Bromont. Back with you with Paul Halpern, and Paul just out walking the course right now, having a look at what Guillermo George has given us for a course. A beautiful day again here at the Bromont. Guillermo, of course, the designer for the Olympic Games in Rio. He heads out of here on Monday, goes back to Campinas to spend the day at home, and then straight to the venue to get the courses ready, get his crews ready for the Olympic Games. This is his final appearance in North America before the Olympic Games, providing a course today just a little bit tougher than yesterday's course. We're at 1.50 m today for the CSI 3-star class. Today's class, the Classic, sponsored by Asante, brought to you by Longines. A course of 12 obstacles once again today. 15 jumping efforts on this course. Time allowed in the first round will be 83 seconds. As I mentioned, Paul Halpern sitting in the booth with me today for the webcast. Just out on the course right now, having a final word with the riders and having a look at the course before he comes in. A little bit of a different track today. We're starting the course over a very brightly colored jump, orange, green, white, and yellow jump, a big oxer to start the course. And he has set this big oxer at 1.40 m, 1.45 m at the back. So it's a ramped oxer with 1.40 m width. Going on a right-hand turn after that, he's taking us to a second oxer. Jump 2 as an oxer again on this course today, 1.45 m high, 1.50 m width. So getting things rolling here with a turn to the right, rolling back to that. Across about 18.5 meters then to the vertical at 3, the vertical at 1.50 m. And then a left-hand turn along the back rail. In fact, along the front rail here, along the VIP tents to an oxer. A double combination here. The two related jumps 4 and 5, 2 big oxers. First one at 1.50 m with 1.20 m width. 5 strides then to number 5, set at 1.48 m. And a little bit wider here. He's set the second oxer, the second Longines sponsor obstacle, the width there 160. A rollback then to the left, back to the 6 ABC combination, which he has put diagonally coming straight back to the in-gate. And he has made this a little bit airy. He's got 2 verticals to an oxer, and the Longines clock in the middle element. And Paul just coming back from his course walk to join me here. So through that triple combination, a 1.50 m at 6A, 1.50 m again at 6B, 2 verticals. Now, Paul, you had a chance to walk this with me. I'm just looking at the map here. We're a couple strides in there.
Yeah, it's a 2 to 1 as far as the triple. The distance inside is quite friendly. There's no trap. There's no major test. I would say it's more, the carefulness as far as the verticals coming in.
And then coming out over the square oxer there, 1.50 m up, 1.50 m across. And then again a right-hand turn, and then going to the back of the property then to jump number 7. And that's 1.52 m. He's added just a couple centimeters there, so you're going to feel relaxed after this combination to make the turn, but you got to be on your toes for that.
And it's a bit of a funny distance. It's a short enough 8 to number 7. Coming out of the triple, the horse is going to have a lot of energy, and they're going to have to contain it and keep their focus. Once again, it's careful for the size of jump it is.
Yeah. And then, of course, the right-hand turn. After jumping this, you're going to be thinking about the triple bar he's giving you here. 1.50 m high, but 1.90 m across.
It's a big jump. There's no doubt about it. This is another level from yesterday, and the angle of 8 to 9 is a little awkward. 9 is a skinny vertical. It's hard for the horses to get their eye on it. That's going to cause a bit of a problem. A bit of a spooky corner of the ring.
Giving them a little room here to make up any time they may have lost here, though. I see Guy's given a bit of a space in the back of that turn.
I think they're going to need that back turn to just regroup, reorganize, and calm the horse down to focus for the rest.
And come down this line here, the final line at 10 to 11, a 1.50 m vertical, a 6 strides then to jump 11, a 1.50 m high, 1.60 m wide oxer, and then immediate right turn to double the finish.
It's without a doubt, it's a test today. I don't think we're going to see 15 clean.
Good. Well, here we are. We just have a little bit of chat for you here as we get going. We don't expect the first horse until 5 o'clock, 5 minutes from now. So we'll chat about what we saw yesterday. We're going to see a lot of the same riders again today. And under the rules, just to make that perfectly clear for everyone at home, you only have to complete one of the two competitions, yesterday or today. That qualifies you to jump on Sunday.
Correct.
Yeah. So the people who went yesterday obviously got through the first round. Those who opted not to jump off, that was very clear. They knew they'd made it. That qualified them, saved the horse for the other day.
Exactly. And you'll see a few riders with a horse that we didn't see yesterday. We're going to see a few riders that we didn't see yesterday. I mean, we have, just looking quickly down the list, I know Mac didn't jump yesterday. He's going to be jumping today. You know, some of the Peter Leon didn't jump yesterday. He's going to be jumping today. These are both, our Olympians, one for Canada, one for America. And so we've got some of our veterans that are going to, they opted to save the horse and go today, Sunday. And I would say that's about it, but it's a test out there.
Yep. Well, and again, I believe we have all 7 nations represented. Mexico's back, Canada, the U.S., the Irish riders back. We have a Colombian in the order, and I believe that's it. And we do have a couple of changes for you. We've been advised that GGN Stauffenberg, Lori Bucci, has opted not to jump today.
Actually, I just bumped into her down there, and that's the young stallion from yesterday. He's a quality horse, but sometimes, they have a bit of difficulty. It's better to step them back, give them some confidence, jump some smaller jumps, and regroup. And so much of this, even if the ability, they need confidence.
Okay, well, we're going to pause right now. Opening ceremonies are underway, and we'll give the microphone over to the house for the national anthem. Well, Paul predicted a better audience on the weekend. That better audience has already started to come in. Obviously, a little bit more clapping there. People are up for a good show.
Well, we know the rumors in Bromont are true. This is a truly international field, a fantastic facility, wonderful footing. We're in for a great show.
And we start right off with Charlie Jacobs coming in with a very formal salute to our guest today, here with Calantra. 4-fault round for him yesterday in the first round. Charlie, you're from Boston, Massachusetts. Does most of his riding down the south, doesn't he? And spends a lot of time in Florida.
Yeah, well, we see him out in Spruce Meadows, if I remember correctly, not this year, but in the past. And, he's our hockey hero.
He is indeed. So once again, we're going to give you a chance. We're not going to interrupt these rides too much. We'll let you enjoy them as we do from here. And Paul, first out's never the best. You're out there to test the water. You're the pathfinder for the class, but
He's making a great job of it.
Charles, he's making a really nice job of it. Coming down to the very colorful jumps now, down the back line along the public grandstands, and home in 84.52.
And Jeff, what is our time allowed?
83 seconds. So we have, unfortunately, 4 on the jumps there by the look of it, and a time fault as well. Did you see the rail? I didn't from here.
Yeah, here, see the triple. I mean, it was quite a late rail. You know, the two verticals, I think he slowed down for a little bit, and then sees quite a large oxer, quite a big stretch, and you know, caught up with them. But like I said, it's quite a daunting track out there, and with the time allowed, people, I mean, he did add it up in one line, so it's not going to be easy for anybody.
No, it is not. Over to Leslie Howard now. Leslie, no stranger to this game.
No, not at all. She is serious. She's got quite the look at all times, and she means business.
She's here with Donna Speciale, same horse she rode yesterday in this in the welcome class. She was mentioning yesterday when she came back, just a little communication error between her and the horse. Nothing serious, a 4-fault round for her. It was the fastest of the 4 faulters of yesterday.
And I could be wrong, but you know, an 8-year-old of this size, I would imagine this will be the biggest track of his life. So luckily he's got Leslie in the irons, and let's see what he does.
No, c'est là.
Leslie was saying a lot of success for this horse at 1.30 and 1.40. Moving up to 1.50 at Spruce Meadows just this season, where she won the Kubota Cup.
She also did 9 from 8 to 9, so it's an awkward turn. She's being way more efficient on the time. This will give Guillermie a good judgment for it. Incredible, very good jumping. Look at that.
Nicely, easily in the time. 76 seconds on that round, 76.16 on the clock. Clear round. And into the ring we have the next number 724. This is Corette. Corette, an Angel Stone Farms, and Javier's entry from Rockwood, Ontario. Kean White's in the irons. Also one of the 4-fault rides yesterday.
This was his catch ride, so as we were speaking yesterday, the catch ride at this caliber is not an easy task.
For many reasons.
It's
a catch ride for you. You're new to the horse is new to you, new to his style of riding.
But, you know, judging from yesterday, they had a good go at it, so let's wish them the best.
I suppose if for folks listening at home, yesterday we talked about this, why it's a catch ride. It is Aaron Ballard's ride. Aaron hurt her shoulder, and rather than not compete the horse at all, gave the ride to Ian for today, this week.
No.
at the finish line in the time. Just those 4 faults again in that triple combination, getting into that final element just a little close.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little early on course. The angle is funny. Guillermo is very creative with just the placement of the jumps, not just the technicality of the distances in between. The distance is quite friendly, but you know, they slow down for the verticals, and then the Oxford becomes quite big afterwards.
Yeah, he's actually given us a few notes here. He has spaced the A to B element. He's got 11.2 meters there, and then 7.9 to the Oxer.
But you know, so far we're seeing some great jumping. I mean, it's you know, the footing is they're just all week they've been jumping great out of it. Like we said yesterday, it's new, it's fresh. They're really jumping well.
Every advantage given to them here, and it's up to them to perform now. Put it together.
That's it.
7:26 to start on course now. This is Cor Baker. This is Fernando Martinez from Mexico City. He was in the clears yesterday, went to the jump off, finished in 11th place. So what do you see as the strategy here when you've already cleared, you're already in for Sunday, just a second chance for the horse to see the ring?
Yeah, okay, each horse and rider has a different strategy. I mean, some of them probably want a little bit more experience in the ring. Others maybe just feel like the horse is fresh enough and they can, you know, have another shot at it. And, you know, you can't win all the classes if you don't enter in them all.
That's true.
Some horses get better with the more they go, and others get better with the rest, and it's up to the horseman to
Understand his mount.
it.
Yeah,
exactly.
true, exactly. Plenty of gas in the tank today, though.
Yeah, looking good.
Well, one more clear. No, yes, clear. Sorry, I looked at the wrong one there.
Yeah.
Perfectly clear. I was wondering if I'd missed something again. 76:01 on the clock in the clear round, and nothing down.
Well, that just goes to show the quality we have here. The caliber is very high because maybe I'm getting a little too old and soft, but it's not an easy track, and they're really doing great. So we've got, like I said, it's a true international field, and you know, the riders are doing great, and their horses are jumping fantastic.
Casal's in the ring now. This is a Blacklick Bend Farm entry of New Albany, Ohio. And Allie Wolf is the rider.
Allie had a great result yesterday. I think she was second on her other mount. This is her more seasoned partner, so this is his first class out, or he could have done a smaller, introductory class early in the week, but he did not jump yesterday.
This is her more seasoned entry, an 11-year-old gelding, a Holsteiner gelding by Casal, out of a mare by Capital.
What a great ride. I mean, the horse drifted right at the sea of the triple, so she just continued in 7, and this first one we've seen. Allie, by the looks of it, she just kind of went off of her feel, which was obviously the right decision.
And across the line, another clear round, nothing there on that one, 77.60 for Allie Wolf and Casal.
Don't know what to say. I mean,
It's a nice
it's
ride.
just a nice ride. It's really, really, not to sound like a broken record, but the horses are jumping great. It's really, really well done.
Super start to this class. You know, a lot of clear rounds sometimes puts the course designer off, but he's smiling out there. He's happy with the way things are going, happy with the way his course is jumping.
No, and you know, I have a lot of respect for Guy in that sense that he's so confident. He knows, you know, he would prefer the horses to be out there jumping good as opposed to trapping them. He's going to keep measuring this, and it'll turn it up another notch for Sunday, and you know, completely good professional work, as we know.
He has upped the game a little today on the jumps, but notice he's still left the time generous. He's not made that a key component in this first round. And welcome now number 698 in the gate. This is Lubov Kochetova from Russia. A new horse for Lubov. This is Accelero 2. She was telling me last night she just got this horse, an 8-year-old gelding by Chaco Blue.
And as we know, Lubov really gets, these are some fantastic horses, and she gets a lot out of them. They just jump incredible for her. I saw her up there just training over some little rails, little small jumps a couple hours ago. More just working on the relationship because once she's, you know, great at getting the powerful jump out of them, and they're just building a partnership.
Very interesting today too. She is an amateur rider. She's not a professional, and entered yesterday's horse in the meter 30 amateur class today, and just as you say, build a relationship, keep everything happy.
Yep.
Expose the horse to a few more things. Great to see her back here in Bromont. She's very loyal to this competition.
Absolutely. Well, she's had some great success in the past. Look at the jump. I mean, just incredible.
She has established a very good relationship with Bolshokamuna, and I think they talk to each other regularly about what's in his yard.
Yeah. Yeah. Same as Leslie Howard. This is an 8-year-old, and if I look down the list, I don't think there's many 8-year-olds at this level. That's you know, something to be proud of, you know, for their horse. It's just incredible.
The athleticism, the scope, everything about this horse is nice.
Yeah, and the mentality. This is once again looks like a super horse for her future. She's the first one to do 7 in that line. It really did walk on the half. At this height, it's easier to gallop down in 6, but she's probably just preparing for another day.
So home,
flirting with the time, just flirting with it.
82.92, just under that 83-second time. 8 faults on that round, 8 penalty points. And we continue number 8 in the order. The next is Mr. Visto, the Equestrian Farms entry of Lauren Tisbo here from Wellington, Florida.
This is our bridleless horse from yesterday. Just some form of a, you know, bit rope in the mouth, and then which is just attached to the reins, and no headpiece whatsoever. So something you really don't see that often, but it's something, you know, her and her trainer and groundsperson Candace King have come up with something that works, and the horse seems to be quite happy.
This is a 11-year-old, a stallion, a Holsteiner stallion by Levisto.
Finalement, à santé, c'est un jump.
Very impressive. Very, very impressive.
A clear round, and as you mentioned, that horse very comfortable in that bit with nothing else but that bit in the mouth holding it there. Reins attaching directly to that piece of rope. Clear round and a time of 78.21. This is a horse we didn't see yesterday, Paul. This is Nectarina B, owned by Candy Tribble of East Windsor, Connecticut, and Christine McRae is in the irons. 11-year-old mare, a Holsteiner mare.
I actually don't know this horse off the top of my head, whether it just slipped my mind or it's new to her. I'm not sure, but it looks like a wonderful athlete, super canner, great gallop. Christine, as we know, is an individual gold medalist from the previous Pan Am Games before Toronto so I guess 6 years ago in Mexico, in Guadalajara. So that's, something quite major.
Superb credentials coming in, yep. What do you think? They're just maybe a little too cautious coming in?
Yeah, okay, the pair of verticals, the rule of thumb is you want to kind of be a little bit collecting and shortening in, and the horse just touching it behind would just want to say that she was maybe just a little too quiet on the way in and he didn't finish behind. But okay, a little touch here and there.
And that was very little touch.
Was very light. And these modern light rails with very shallow cups, it doesn't take much to knock it down. But I could be wrong, but I think this is a new partnership, and you got to step into it to get to know each other.
And at the end of the line there, 8 penalty points. 76.21 was the clock, so well in the time. But those 8 faults mean no jump off today for Nectarina B and Christine McRae. And we'll see number 703 coming into the ring. The next on course, the winner of yesterday's competition. This is Andrew Ramsey with the Stranger Group entry, a Stranger 30. 10-year-old Hanoverian gelding.
So we'll see. Here's the example that I said, if you don't enter all the classes, you can't win them all. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see if you can put that statistic to the truth.
A little bit different from yesterday today, Paul. A little buzz in the air, a lot of conversations around us. The crowd's right into what's happening around them.
How could they not be? It's some fantastic show jumping going on.
And Andrew coming to the final line here over the big oxer, and the rail coming down there as well, for a total of 12 faults today and 78.34. And as Paul said, you enter to win, you give it your best, and with a little luck you make it, but not every time.
Yeah, you know, that's maybe an example of the horse gave its best yesterday. Was it almost looked a little behind his leg. You know, this first time we've seen the Longines jump come down early on course. Those are two big oxers from the beginning, and it looked like Andrew, you know, he really didn't want to add up to those big oxers, so, you know, he was a little late responding off of his leg and, you know, tried to get down there, but, you know, that's the sport. You can't win every day or else everyone would do it. It's just not that easy.
Well put. So we're up to the 10th in the order now from Ireland, Richie Maloney with Boriena H. They rode a 4-fault round in the first round of yesterday's Welcome. Yeah, both days I think you could say he's been lucky with the draw. He hasn't been near the top. He's in the middle of the pack. The later you go in the order, obviously a little bit more advantage.
The luck of the Irish.
Mm-hmm. Ten-year-old Dutch warm blood mare by Celano. Won a 5-star Grand Prix competition and placed well in the America's World Cup.
Just kind of went to the whip a little bit, just a slight encouragement to the horse. Just before C, he would have noticed C's been a bit of a difficult obstacle jump for a lot of them, and he did that very, very well. Just some extra encouragement again there at the triple bar.
And that speaks to the comment about the luck in the draw. I mean, then you have a chance to have your grooms watching the first few rides, maybe the rest of your team bringing information back to you.
Yeah.
All the riders at this level do talk to each other, don't they? They help each other out.
Absolutely. Like I said yesterday, a lot of, you know, it's the course that we're going against as opposed to each other, you know. So until the jump off comes, maybe there's a few less hints going on to each other, but there we go.
Another clean ride. So he makes up for yesterday's 4 faults by going clear today in 79.59. So Ireland will be represented in the jump off. 5 clears so far. The young rider from Ontario, now number 7 at 23. This is Mohamed Itani. He's from Essex, Ontario. Trains with Matt Cohn. And, not his best day yesterday. A bit overfaced maybe by the course 8 faults, but they've had time to regroup.
Yeah, and a young rider like him, you got to start somewhere. You know, I thought it was a big step up for him, and he really rose to the occasion. And we'll see if he can, you know, follow through and carry on again today.
Mohamed's ride tax-free, this big gelding, 14 years old, by Toulon, a mare by Pilotes.
I think Mohamed's had this horse for enough years. I think he's brought him through the junior ranks, the junior jumpers, to young riders, and now to this. So it's really something else to see a partnership that both of them grow together. I think the horse is such a gentleman. He really does his best. Just really could not try any harder.
Getting close to rails, a few rubs. The one at Longines he got away with, even the standards rock there, but got him coming into the triple.
It's a little the style of the horse. He really knows where his legs are. He doesn't over jump. He does as much as necessary.
Easy on himself.
Mm-hmm.
1 Another 4 faults at the vertical, going around behind the tree. And the final right turn now to the final combination down the back line. A meter 45 oxer to a meter 50 vertical. A straightforward 8-meter distance between the two. And he's through that combination nicely and home in the time in 80.23, but with the 8 faults.
You know, 8 faults yesterday, 8 faults today. I'm sure he's going to be happy with that. It's consistency, you know, you can build on that. There was no, major mistakes, just little technical errors, and he's going to come back stronger from it. Mileage, exactly, experience.
Little experience in this rider in the ring now. This is Andrew Coker from Ocala, Florida right now. The Eagle Valley Partners entry of Lafayette, Louisiana. This is Kiana. They qualified for the jump off yesterday, came back but finished in 12th place. He had 16 faults in the jump off, but the time was fast at 42.87.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see what kind of regrouping they would have done from yesterday, because 16 faults in the jump off with the fast time. Clearly there's some regrouping that's going to have to happen, but Andy's no stranger to this. These horses are not easy to ride, and we'll see what he does.
And a relatively young entry here in number 711. This is a 9-year-old mare, a Dutch warm blood mare by Racine, out of a mare by Chin Chin.
It's a little the style of the horse, but Andy really uses pace to help the horses. Lets them use their natural gallop, gives them some scope. That way it's not, as I say that, maybe it's a bit of a jinx.
It's always a difficult one when you're on a PA system. You never, ever want to say come home clear, because that's when it bites you. But 4 faults, 74.29, the unfortunate 4 there for Andy and Kiana. And Paul, we mentioned when we came in earlier today, the team in the background, the groom walking the horse in, the people that get things ready, but a huge component here is the owner.
Oh, well, we can't thank the owners enough. I mean, without the owners, we need the whole team, but the owners, they really do it out of passion. They love their horses. They love the sport. We can't, as all riders, we can't thank all of the owners enough. It's couldn't do it without them.
This entry now is number 737, Sensation 21. Allison Robitaille here from Upperville, Virginia. An entry of Hooves LLC. This is a Hanoverian gelding. He's 11 years old, by Welcome Simpatico. They put in a credible ride yesterday. They were clear. They went to the jump off, finishing 9th with 4 faults in the jump off. Biting your tongue on those rubs, aren't you? Big jumps all the way to the end, 76.14 on the clock, well in the time, and problem-free.
Sensation, a suiting name. I think that's our first to go clean yesterday and today, so that's a sensation. Very well done.
Six now for the jump off. Six that will come back to decide the top placings here in the meter 50 Classic. Brought to you by Asante. And Leslie Howard is back. This time was Gentile von Spieveld, GJ Stable and Peter Howard entry. This is a 10-year-old gelding, a Belgian warm blood by Heartbreaker.
It's nice to see Leslie adapt her ride from one to the other. She's really, changing a little. She's sitting more. She's sending the horse forward. This is quite a big horse, a little bit, I don't know if colder, but more of a physical ride, and she's adapting to it. Great scope, making it look very easy. Well, I don't know, very easy, but
he's definitely working.
Exactly, but the horse is we've got more left in his tank. This isn't got a little flat. She's opted for the 8. Most have been doing 9. Very big strided horse.
Surprising there with the time, being generous, that she would push for the 8, but maybe just the way he landed and that's the way he went.
Yeah. Probably being a little bit of the bigger, colder type, she didn't want to slow down too much and slow the engine down. Probably preferred to keep his legs moving, keep the RPMs a little higher.
Risk the rail coming down because of the slow approach,
Yeah.
So she ends up on a 4-fault round, 75.70 on the clock, and not joining the group today for the jump off. And we'll move on in the order now to 7:39. Quality time TN. Charlie Jacobs back with a CMJ Sport Horses LLC entry. Great to see this horse back. Yesterday, not the best day for this pair. He had a fall coming out of a corner. And the horse, it looked a lot worse than it really was. Glad to say that.
Yeah, exactly. It just goes to show that little miscommunication, and obviously Charlie and his whole team would only want the best for the horse. If there was any doubt whatsoever in their mind that the horse was in 100%, I can guarantee they would not enter. So it just goes to show probably just as much of a surprise for the horse as it was for us.
Mm-hmm. And talking to Dr. Rossi after the class, he said something to me that was, he brought it home to me. He said that in these competitions with the top riders, they know so much about their mounts. They know when they get in the saddle, when they bring them out of the stall, even before they tack them up, they know exactly how that horse is feeling if something is not 100%.
Yeah. Goes back to the team.
Yep.
Oh.
That's not hurt, that's temper.
Exactly. That's
Who knows? Maybe he doesn't like butterflies.
And I think a new ride for Charlie, so they're just getting to know each other. And you got to work out the kinks. That's all it is.
Fantastic work ethic here with Charlie and his horses. He gets up early in the morning before going to work and rides at dawn every day. Then goes in for a full day at the office.
I didn't know that was the case. That's really what he does.
Back, yep.
A lot of respect. A lot of respect. There you go. A little trouble in the beginning, but the last half of the course actually smoothened out, and once again they're going to have the experience, put this in the books for some more miles, and they'll get better from here.
Yeah, certainly won't let it bother him. You saw there a nice tap for the horse. He made it around. And as we mentioned at the opening, 7:28 GGN Stauffenberg, Lori Bucci opting not to jump today. So moving on in the order to 7:07. And again, I'm surprised at the audience not recognizing the DeLorean incoming in the gate. But this is Lisa, or Lucy, I mean, Lisa's daughter, and Hester.
Give them a few more years, they will know her. This is a name that is renowned in the area, and she is going to be a name known in the sport. What she's done at such a young age is outstanding and a fabulous rider. So she'll be known.
Oh, she will. Last week Mario was here with her, and he just shook his head. He said, "I wish I was that good when I was her age."
And Mario was quite good at that age, so that means something.
She is the current reigning young rider champion.
And a lot of other
accolades,
yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly.
She went clear yesterday. She was 7th overall. She went
one down
fast
in the jump off.
yeah, with one down.
I just think of composure when I watch her ride. She's so calm and collected, really has a lot of trust in her horse. Clearly her horse loves her for it.
It really is the kind of thing even a layman could see, just look bothered and fussy.
No. Putting him exactly in the right spot and letting him do his job. There you go.
Home clear, 75-55, lots of time to spare. So Lucy will go prepare for the jump off. Well, we should see 9 more here in the first round. The Classic, the second qualifier for this Sunday's World Cup qualifier. If you recently joined us here in the webcast, we've seen most of the field through here already. This is the second chance to qualify to ride on Sunday here at Bromont in the first leg of the FEI Longines World Cup East League. North America East.
North America East, exactly.
7:48, getting the signal to go. Go ahead, Paul.
I was just talking about the new format now with the World Cup qualifier. A number of years ago, there was many more qualifiers, so there's it was hard to keep track of where people were qualifying from. But now the new rules, there's much less options to qualify, so we get the people that want to come to the World Cup finals, we see them more in the same spots, and it's easier to keep track of. I really do like the format.
Well, talking to the people in the league, yeah, they're striving to make it user-friendly, people-friendly. The audience has to obviously understand what they're watching to make it more interesting to them. And as you say, the format always getting simpler to understand, simpler to follow, but still making sure that you got the creme de la creme when you come to the finals.
Yeah, exactly.
We're watching Brugal VDL right now. This is entry owned by Candy Tribble and Jonathan McRae riding.
This is a horse, as we talked yesterday, he's brought up some from a young horse. Yesterday gave him a little bit of trouble, was, what we called got a little bit green on him, young. But so far, he's really turned a corner, and, you can see the maturity he's gained from just yesterday. Just in 24 hours, he's really much more focused, jumping just a superb round.
10-year-old stallion, Dutch warm blood stallion. I don't have to look up. I just listen to Paul. I know there's a rail there somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, all these riders are my friends. I guess I want them all to go clean, but that wouldn't work. We'd have 30 people in the jump off. So. He's going to be really happy with that. That was a super jumping round. You know, 4 faults at the skinny like that is, I don't think if he could ride it again, he would change much. That's just the way it goes.
Here's another name that everyone in Canada knows. Anyone who has a horse has heard of Matt Cohn from King City, Ontario. He rode on the Olympic team for Canada at the Beijing Olympics and Hong Kong, brought home a team silver medal along with his teammates. This is a Chadburn Holdings Incorporated entry. It says Gasper Van den Doer.
Interesting, just Mac coming in the ring. You know, the main trouble spot, okay, there's a few trouble spots, but the triple has obviously been a little bit difficult, as it usually is. And as he's introducing, he did a figure 8 and weaved his horse in and out through the triple. You know, let him just kind of see it, so by the time he gets there, you know, it'll be his second or third time seeing it. Once again, for me, I like to just watch. These are my, you know, my peers. I learn a lot from watching them all the time, all the little tricks that they do. And as Jeff is saying, he's one of our greats.
Interesting to watch Mac warm up too. He does a lot more flat work than he does over fences up in the warm up, and same on the wind down. He'll bring them out of the ring here and be out of sight for you on the webcast, but he does about 5 minutes of just trot work in the gate area just to cool the horse down.
Yeah, it's always preparing for the next day or the jump off or
something stood him off that.
You know, the horse was having a little play, a little hop around coming off of the Liverpool, and that Longines line is pretty impressive rolling by the VIP tent, and it looks like he just dropped behind his leg coming off the end gate. We saw one other horse do that today, and the rider really had to press to get there, and you know, it's not easy. It's not easy.
And if you get a camera shot down that line, I mean, there's a lot to look at. When you're facing down that line, you're looking at the big screen, you're looking at a tent down there, down at the lake.
Yeah. And you see he comes back to it the second time. It's actually more of a concentration thing, if anything. The horse has no problem jumping it. Mac's been down this a million times. And that triple he had showed him was a non-issue, so to speak. And Mac opted to not jump yesterday, so this is his opening round, so he's got to finish this course to qualify for Sunday.
And finish means just cross the finish line. You do not have to go on to the jump off, just complete the first round.
I know Mac will be a little disappointed with that because he's a competitor, and you know, I'm sure he had higher expectations. But as Jeff was saying, he's going to go back to the warm-up ring, and I'm sure he's going to, you know, have a little bit of conversation with his horse, a little retraining. But he's been in this position before, and he'll no doubtly rise above from it.
Yeah, that immediate rise above. I mean, he's taking him back now. Let's have another look at this.
Exactly.
Wise way to end his round there. Look at this, have another look, and as you can see in that shot, all the things to look at down at the far end of that line.
As Jeff, you're saying, he's not even having a second look, he's having a third look at it. So, I mean, what a horseman. He knows it's just concentration. It's not that the horse is trying to be naughty, it's just keeping focused.
Use every opportunity you can to learn and teach.
That's it.
Number 696 up now. This is Iraven de Courtehove. An 8-fault ride yesterday for Kean White on this Angelstone Partners entry. A young mare, 9-year-old mare. Belgian warm blood. Straight to work.
That's it. Kean wears a lot of hats nowadays. I mean, he's a trainer of students, he's a rider, he's a horse show manager. So he's a busy man, and
Well, in a case like that, he has got around the course once. He has qualified this mare already, so
you can see he's the tip of the hat. He's going to call it a day. Once again, I mean, it's that technical, and I had that feeling walking it. You know, the first half of the class made it look that easy, but it's really not.
no. And the angles of the sun are changing. That Liverpool now, it's really bright blue as opposed to what it was when we started with the shadow of the
Good point.
CWD standard.
Yeah.
So things are changing a bit in the
Absolutely.
conditions. So we'll move on to do number 717 now. Third place finish yesterday for Kaya and Ali Wolf. Ali and John Wolf own this horse. They went clear yesterday and fast. They were 43 seconds on the clock in the jump off.
She's had some great results with this horse in the past couple months. I think she won even 2 classes down in Tryon. She's got her other horse, Casal, clean, so I'm sure she's hoping to get 2. That'll make her very comfortable and be in a great position. I see her trainer, Michelle Grubb, of a long time over there, standing on, very focused. They have a fantastic team, so she's got a great shot.
She sure does. Second season for Ali competing this horse in FEI classes, and as Paul said, winning the 2 meter 45 classes in Tryon in the heat.
Yeah. Ooh.
Flirting with it there.
That was when it bounces back in the cups, you know somebody's watching out for you there.
And it happens. Sometimes it bounces up onto the edge of the cup, and as long as it doesn't fall before you leave the ring, you're good.
Hey, I mean, let's think, you know, basketball, hockey, we have the same thing, the posts, the this, it's a sport. But that Longines auction down there is quite wide, and I don't think it's come down yet, number 6, which is surprising to me, because it's a big jump. It's very, very wide.
Through that final line, a clear round for Ali Wolf again, this time with Kaya. 79.48 on the clock. And in the gate comes number 714, Peter Leon and Wayfarer. Another new horse. We didn't see them yesterday.
No, this is a horse actually I know quite well. Peter, it's a homebred. They bred it on their own farm. Stallion by Langooster. I know the stallion quite well. I lived in the same area. I've watched Peter develop the horse. Peter is obviously one of our Olympians. He was, I want to say, team silver medal in Atlanta, and so he's no stranger to this level, and he's brought this horse along since birth. I know he's very proud of him, and we'll see if skipping yesterday and starting today works for or against them.
Well, he was telling me earlier today he has the full rainbow of ribbons for this horse. Has placed in 6 of the 8 Grand Prix he entered it in. His daughter rode this horse as a young rider. And he wants, he said the blue ribbon. I hope he doesn't, because here that second in Canada, I hope he takes home the red.
Peter's quite a trainer out there. You listen to his training his students, and he's so well spoken, so educated. He's written some books. He's a real student of the sport. I mean, he can just you know, he can talk for hours about it in some fantastic technical terms. He comes from a family of riders. His brothers were all riders. He's
a true ambassador.
True ambassador of the sport, exactly.
That's the result he wanted. That's what he got. The plan came together today. 77.97 on the clock for Peter Leon and Wayfarer. So one more for the jump up. Up to 9 now. That will return for the jump off. Under the Colombian colors, the next rider in the ring, this is number 744, Kulash van de Broized, the owner and rider here from Medellin, Colombia, Juan Manuel Gallego. Juan Manuel here with this 10-year-old gelding. I believe it's Celle Francais. Commented on this one yesterday. Paul looked very athletic in the ring. He finished the first round yesterday with 4 faults.
Very good recovery on Manuel's part. You know, you'd see the groom was leading him in, coming in, and the in-out gate can always pose a little bit of a problem. Same thing, the horse just looks out and says, hey, my buddies are out there, you know, maybe I'm not in the mood to do this right now, but good encouragement, staying calm.
Well, like you say, choose your battles. I mean, that didn't cost much. The clock did start before he got to the start line, but only by 1 and a fraction of seconds.
Yeah, you could see a lot of the horses are drifting right through the triple combination, which is bringing them on the inside track to number 7 there. So you could see he kind of had to back into his distance there, which usually kills the hind end, just breaks the motor a little. Just touched it behind.
Need another 4 coming across there to the final line. Coming home on 8. And stayed under the time allowed at 82.73, but with those 8 faults. Well, as Philippe Lejeune, the house announcer, just indicated, 3 more to jump before we move on to the jump off. Waiting for number 713 next. That's Susan Horn from Bolton, Ontario.
And just hearing the name Philippe Lejeune, this is our world champion from Kentucky 2010, his son, is that correct?
That's correct, yeah. His 30-year-old son here with us this year and helping upstairs with the commentary. Philippe, he likes coming here. He's done a couple of clinics here in Quebec.
Okay.
Well received. And
I was not aware of that, but I've heard him all week, and he's a fantastic announcer. He might take you out of a job, Jeff.
Never. Got to be confident, don't you?
There you go.
713 here now. Again, this is Susan Horn with the Kingsfield Farm Entry of Bolton, Ontario. Ballantour. He trains with Matt Cohn. Mac up at the Kiss and Cry stand now, watching carefully.
Big smile on his face. He knows the sport. I mean, a little trouble like he had, it's not going to let him bother him. His wife Brentley's there, and she's probably just going to, give him a little shake around and say, "Come on, Mac," and then off to the next one.
A family and an extended family of horse people.
Yeah, exactly. Susan's really come a long way. You know, she's been working at this a long time. She's a hard worker. I can just see the development in her riding year after year. She's really just becoming more mature. That experience is priceless. Obviously, Mac has shared a wealth of knowledge with her, and you know, it's nice to see this.
Nicely over that verdict. A 10-year-old gelding, this KWPN registered Dutch warm blood by Vincenzo.
It's almost as if she got a little worried about getting down there in the 6. A bit of an override at the vertical. But, you know, respectable, bring it home in 4. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yep, 4 faults in the time. 81.68 on the clock for that ride. Susan Horn around the course. Won't be joining us for the jump off, but happy with her round. Big smile on her face too as she comes back to the in-gate area with 2 left to go. Having a good look at the CWD Liverpool jump. That's number 710, the next on course. A BTS Entertainment and Sales entry of Lake St. Louis. This is Andrew Coker with Upi de Lis. Back to the owners we were talking about earlier. A lot of independent individual breeders, families that love the sport, putting horses under riders, but a lot more corporations and partnerships getting put together to syndicate a horse now and put it in the circuit.
Well, you know, the popularity of the sport has just off the hook. I mean, it's really getting, you know, people are just really liking it. The horses are, you know, getting more expensive. So, you know, groups really help. It's similar with any sports team. You know, it's this is really the high end. Andrew showing his horse, the Liverpool, a few times. Like I said yesterday, I know this horse quite well, and it's always been a little difficult with the Liverpool, and I'm sure Andrew was quite happy getting that over and done with by number 3. And yesterday we talked about the Liverpool was straight under the front rail of an oxer. Today it's behind the vertical, which is of in front and behind. Obviously it's a little bit more difficult behind. It draws them in a little bit closer than they'd want. If one wants to spook at it, it's spookier this way. Draws them in a little bit past their distance.
And just the one rail down, 4 faults. Time of 75.59 for Andrew Coker and Upi de Lis.
I'm very impressed with the course designing here of Guilherme. Obviously, he's the world's best, seeing how he's designing at the Olympics in a couple of weeks. But if you go, we have so we have 10 clean or 9 clean. Let's say Lauren jumps clean. That's 10. That's going to be 1/3 less than yesterday. And I'm sure if we were to ask him, that's probably somewhat of his plan. And then come Sunday, it could be 1/3 less than that, which would be 5. I bet this is pretty much the result he planned to get, and that's how down to the small detail this course designing is. He knows the quality of the show, the quality of the riders, the footing, so job well done.
Constantly taking the measure and providing the sport. And final ride now for the first round goes to Entre Nous. Another entry written by Lauren Tisbo, the entry of Equestrian Farms LLC of Wellington, Florida.
did not see that coming. That
No.
surprised me very much.
Unusual, but very unfortunate here as well. That will end Lauren's day, a fall under the regulation currently. Does incur elimination, and so no score for this ride. So just asking the ring crew to stand back. They came out to help, but she's just, she knows the horse. She just said, stay away from me just a sec, let me get things back together. Well, the audience generously applauding her. It's probably best if they didn't at this point. Just let her get things back together, trying to run up her stirrups before she comes up. So that completes the first round. We were talking about Guillerme, or Guy as his friends call him, married to Angela Covert, super guy as well as being a fantastic course designer. He's out there now with his crew. The shadows coming in from the sun going over the mountain, changing conditions just a little bit. A quick change to the course, and then we'll be back with the jump off with 9 to jump.
It's going to be exciting.
All right. First you tell me you're taking my job. Now what do you know? No. Well, Guillermo Georgia has completed his adjustments here to the course. Just the final touches here by the tractor in the arena. We'll have our riders warming up right now and coming down for the jump off. If you didn't join us for the first round, we have completed round 1 of the Classic today, the CSI 3-star meter 50 competition here at Bromont. In week 2 of the International, the FEI Longines World Cup, North American League East, the first of 7 legs in the North American East League. 9 qualified for the jump off, so we had 9 clear rounds. Leslie Howard was the first. She'll be first in the order coming back down. Fernando Martinez from Mexico will join us for the jump off, followed by Ali Wolf on her first ride. She qualified 2. Fourth in the order, Lauren Tisbo. Then we'll see Richie Maloney, Allison Robitaille, Lucy Delaurier will be back. She went clear again today. Ali Wolf with her second horse, and then Peter Leon with Wayfarer to round out the 9 for the jump off. Course that Guy has given us, Guillermo Georgia from Brazil. A jump off course of 310 meters. 54 seconds is the time allowed for the jump off, and we'll be starting over jump number 10 today. 10 to 11 to 12A, 14, which was not in the first round, 5, 6, 6B and C, and then finishing over jump 7 here for the jump off. So starting off over a vertical, a meter 50 vertical at 10, on to 11, which was that big oxer, a meter 50 high, a meter 60 wide, to 12A, which was the final line of the original round, the oxer. So we left it there at 145 and 160 wide. On to jump 14, which was not in the original. It's a vertical in the center of the ring, so big gallop around to the right to 14, then to 5 and 6 ABC. So over to the one that didn't come down, as you said earlier, here in the first round. So see how that one fares. The first element of that combination was left up, so the horses have to look at that as they turn and go to the back oxer, and then roll back to 6, A, B, and 7 to complete the course.
One thing that strikes me is 10 to 11 walked a little bit of a long 6 to start, but in the first round, 10 to 11, by then the horse is already on a big stride, really on a big gallop, so the 6 didn't pose a problem. But now it's the first line, so they really have to open up right off the beginning to a very careful vertical just to start. So we've got one of the best to show us the way, and here she comes.
Well, Leslie Howard here, number 742, the first to qualify today. Donna Special, the young gray mare. The The Dutch Warm Blood by Cavalier out of a mare by Concord.
Mais non, pas la 2.
Wow. Just another day at the office for Leslie.
She laid it down. I mean, that's not going to be easy to catch. That's really, really not. I mean, for an 8-year-old, it takes Leslie Howard to do that. Just incredible.
39.94. Yesterday we started the jump up with a 40. You said no one would catch it. You had it. You named it. You called it. A little bit longer course today, and she does it in 39.
I'm not going to say it's not catchable, but the fact that she was yesterday, that was with 4 faults. So this is clean with fast. So she's put the pressure on. You can see she's actually giving some advice to her, I'm assuming, student, or helping him while he's here. So she's just bringing on the competition. She's saying, catch me if you can.
Fernando Martinez here from Mexico City with Cor Bacher. This chestnut.
Bay.
It is a bay. I'm looking at the description here. It's completely wrong. It's
Yeah,
actually the wrong stallion too. This is not a stallion. It's a gelding. It's 9 years old and it's by Corlando. So if you have the start list, just ignore that.
This is Jeff's first horse show, you know. And as I was thinking, that first jump I thought would pose a bit of a problem, and too bad it came down for him. He's getting a little more conservative now, probably just saving it for Sunday.
And across the line, 8 jumping penalties there, and 42.22. A quick round for Fernando Martinez, but he has qualified for Sunday, and that's what he came to do.
And he got 2 results 2 days in a row, and that's nothing to look down upon at all.
Ali Wolf now, number 718 here with Casal. Just got whispered in my ear, Corbacker. We've got the description for his other horse under that horse. His second horse that didn't make it here is the stallion by Kidam de Revel. This one, a 9-year-old bay gelding by Coriando. So back to Casal now, number 718, 11-year-old Holsteiner gelding.
Curious to see what Ali's strategy is. This is her number 1 horse. I assume she'll jump on Sunday. Her other horse qualified for the jump off is the faster type. So let's see if she goes conservative for a clean setting up for Sunday, or she's going to plan to be first and second. Let's see. She is quite a competitor. She's winding up. She doesn't want to leave anything behind.
2 chances for her. She also has number 717 coming back for the jump off. Kaya will be back later.
6 to the last. That's one thing Leslie didn't do.
39.43.
Job well done. What
So,
a brilliant ride.
Ali Wolf moves to the top of the leaderboard with that time, 39.43. Look at that. That's happiness.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And I mean, that's a wonderful partnership. They know each other so well. She's a brilliant rider, just an awesome horse. And I think if Leslie could redo it, she would have done 6 to the last. She saw it, and I saw her just kind of check up and do 7. But okay, it's a new partnership. And what I noticed about this jump off is the first half of the course is under the shadows, and the second half is in the sunlight. And it takes some serious experience, and you know you have to adapt to that for both horse and rider.
Absolutely. Now, Guy would have had some inkling of what was happening, but he wouldn't design for that. That was
He's a master. Who knows?
tricks in his bag. So we go now to 7:31. Lauren Tisbo here with Mr. Visto.
Lauren had an unlucky fall not too long ago, and this just goes to show she's got to wipe it clean and start off fresh. And she's a true competitor, and we'll wish her the best. Very tight turn here. Very well done. No risk, no reward.
We'll hang that one on you, Paul. Coming home to the final jump with 8 faults in a time of 43.08. Crossing the line and staying in 4th place right now. 5 more to see here in the jump off. Leading time right now 39.43, set by Ali Wolf. Always learning, aren't we, Paul? Having a little word here with their trainer, with their groom, just going over the ride again.
Well, the day we stop learning is the day we should stop the sport. And as I've learned from everybody, it's you evolve every single day, and it's a non-stop learning curve. That's what's. I guess every sport is that way, but I really find it in the sport I know, and it's just incredible.
And there is a saying, isn't there? Never buy a horse from a guy that tells you he knows everything about horses.
Absolutely, absolutely.
A true joy to own these animals and work with them daily for you, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, I feel extremely lucky. This is just
living the dream.
Living the dream. You got it.
Richie Maloney here now with Bodiena H. Through the combination nicely. That Canadian flag jump also took a good hit and stayed up, but 2 down on that round. 8 faults in 43.91 for Richie Maloney.
Yeah, both the jumps he had down with the back rail of the oxers, just maybe, fatigue or just not stretching across the oxers enough, being a little bit careful off the front end, off the front rail. But as we know, Richie's quite the competitor, quite the athlete, and he's got a plan. He'll come back stronger Sunday.
7:37 just came in under the bridge, and that's our next on course. Sensation was sensational in the first round with Alison Robitaille, this 11-year-old gelding by Welcome Simpatico, a Hanoverian gelding. Will be next for the jump off. First of 4 remaining.
Allison choosing to show him the Longines jump. You see most of the riders, they come out and show them, specific things that they think will be the trouble spot. As we know, the riders really know their horses well, and we tend to try to get into their mind and really, ride the way they're thinking. And Allison's been in this game a long time; she really knows what she's doing. So let's see.
Here we are at the finish line, and a time of 40:61, 40:61 for a third place standing right now.
Good for
Alison
her.
Robitaille.
Good. So well ridden. Maybe a little late on the roll back to 12A, but what do I know? That was spectacular.
Sometimes it depends on the horse. It's never a given. Sometimes it's not the straightest line that gets you the best time.
And she clearly knows her horse and what she wants more than us. So big smile. And Michelle Grubb's helping her right now, so Michelle's not doing too bad. All of her riders are jumping clean, so
Helping
that's good.
Lubov this weekend as well.
Oh yeah, well there you go. She's a hot commodity.
Back to the ring, Lucy Delavier. Now the audience knows who they're watching.
There you go. I'm a big fan of Lucy. I mean, I remember her on Small Ponies, and I don't think she had the easiest of ponies. And her mom Lisa said, "You want to ride? You gotta go from the beginning." And I'm just a big fan, big fan. There we go.
It's up to the turn now. The time looked good at the split there at the Canadian flag. She can do it. 37.96, and she has done it. Lucy Delavier bringing a horse home. Hester now at the top of the leaderboard with 37.96. I think Paul just won a bet.
Bravo is all I gotta say. Incredible. And the crowd's really backing up. She's gonna be famous here in no time. She's quite a rider, just incredible.
Well, now that's going to be tough to beat.
I agree.
But Peter wants a red ribbon.
Well, he might be going for second then in this country. I still wouldn't count Ali with her second horse. I mean, this is her speed horse. Lucy shouldn't get too relaxed yet. Let's see.
Nope. It's not over till it's over. And as we mentioned, Ali has 2 in the jump off. So the stewards up at the warm-up area monitoring things will give her plenty of time to warm up. It's not about rushing. And when you have multiple rides, this happens. We just have a pause in the arena, and we have to be fair to everyone. They know their horses, and the riders really don't abuse that. They know they have to be here.
Yeah, and the other riders, they know that they want to give Ali her time. Nobody wants to rush it. Once again, it's the best for the horse. That's really, every rider out there really wants the best thing for each other's horses, and they're going to slow down their warm-up and give Ali her time, and the stewards, like you said, the judges, everybody. And okay, there's enough excitement in the arena now. Everybody's kind of walking around talking. The weather's beautiful. The show's great, so no one's in a rush anyway.
No, and like any other show on the North American circuit, Bromont has matured. We have a big vendor village. We have plenty of opportunity for amusement here at the show. So if you're watching from home and you're thinking about what you might want to do on Sunday, keep us in your plans.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Final words at the in-gate for the next ride, and that's 7:17 as we mentioned, second ride for Ali Wolf. This is Kaya. This gray mare, 10 years old, a Holsteiner mare by Carolus. Both down in the combination 8 coming home, and the time of 38:16 would have put her into second place, but a finish now, moving her down in the board. 8 faults and 38:16 puts her into 5th place on the leaderboard.
She gave it her best, and I mean, the best it was, incredible, and you can't win without trying. I mean, if you go and be conservative, you will not win one of these classes. You got to give your best, and hey, I'm impressed.
And let's see if we're impressed here on the homebred, home-raised, home-trained family project, Wayfarer, and Peter Leo.
It's not the naturally fastest of horses, but Peter, like we said, a real ambassador to the sport. He's going to know where to cut a stride, where to open the stride, where to turn. No one better to show us how to do it.
Hey, second is blue here.
Well, this will be funny. I'm going to razz him on this.
all 39.89, and that final rail down for faults for Peter, and he'll have to do with the 5th place today with the Wayfarer. So the straight time would have put him in 3rd, not far off that, finishing in 5th. The win going to Lucie de Laurier this weekend in the 2nd qualifier in the Classic. 2nd went to Ellie Wolf, Leslie Howard there in the top 3, and they'll be back for an interview after we do the prize giving. Rest of the class here, we balanced the top 10 out with Alison Robitaille in 4th. Peter Leon finished 5th, Ali Wolf again in 6th, Fernando Martinez was 7th. The 8th went to Lauren Tisbo, Richie Maloney finished 9th, and Andrew Coker 10th and 11th. Another great day at Bromont, Paul. Thank you very much for being here.
Jeff, I'm having a blast. Thanks for having me.
All right. Enjoy your evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're live on FEI TV on Sunday.
Bye, everybody.